afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill. It is the Coffee Company. It is wet, grey, nasty, miserable. But it's what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. We're back in the coffee shop after a long bank holiday weekend in the Midlands, and it was lovely. I do miss the Midlands. I do actually quite like the Midlands. It's really fun. But I'm back here. We're going to have a laugh. I'm going to have some good times. And it's going to be interesting. But welcome back. Welcome back. How is everyone? How is everyone doing? Before I make myself a coffee, let's see who's in the chat, shall we? We got the number one Agamar in the world. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Andrew Gregory, YouTube member. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hopefully you are well. We have Mr. Graham, the arm of Graham. The arm himself is here. We got to see you. Good to see you. We have Stu Boy. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Afternoon, Ben, and everyone in chat. We got Colin Cross. Prinhanda, Ben. Prinhanda. I hope that's the way you pronounce it. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Just a Harmless Potato. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Steve D. Good to see you, sir. Sir. Good to see you, mate. Adrian Schroker. Good to see you, mate. Hopefully you are well. We have Tom81, YouTube member. Good to see you. Good to. We also got Stuart's a YouTube member. And Andrew Gregory's a YouTube member. Thank you to all the members for turning up, as always. We got Kuva. Big up, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. We got James saying, big up. Good to see you, James. Hopefully you're well. We got Shem Tan. Good to see you, Shem. Hopefully you're well. Afternoon. Hope you're okay. I'm doing good. Bit tired, but it's coffee time, so we're going to have it. Just like a native, Ben. Perfect. My pronunciation was always quite decent. To be fair to myself, my pronunciation has always been quite good. It's something I worked on in secondary school. I was quite good. I'm fairly decent at Italian and fairly decent at Spanish, but who knows? We got the Swim Master. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Yeah, all good. Unfortunately, last day of holiday. Yeah, that sucks. I'm going to make myself a coffee. How is everyone? Oh, I really need a coffee. On your bike, Scott. Good to see you. Tom81, got to roll with it. Ciao bello. Come va, signori patatine? Come va? Mi sono contento. But yeah, next week I'm going to be in Milan. I'm going to be in Milan next week. Yay! I'm going to be in Milano. I'm quite excited. I really need a trip to Milan. Tired too, fed up with the 1 hour rain, 1 hour sun. Then yeah, absolutely, I get you, mate. I get you. Totally get you. Oh. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to run and get milk after the show. Hopefully we don't have a rush. After the show, we're going to have to get milk and chocolate powder. So do you need to get some chocolate powder? Do. Oh. Pour that in. Ok, allora. Signore patatine. Okay, great stuff. Roll on Saturday after a sunny climate. I'm off to Milan, so it will be very sunny there, hopefully. Big up, Ben. Big up, Scotty. Good to see you, mate. Going back to crappy, rainy England. Absolutely. Wait until you pick up a Midlands accent. The problem is, with the Midlands, East Midlands doesn't have an accent. The East Midlands doesn't really have an accent. If it did have an accent, it's more towards... Because there's a Leicestershire accent and there's a Peterborough accent, but there isn't really that sort of that Uppingham, Rutford... Rutford, Rutland, Lincolnshire. They don't really have that playing. Well, where Mickey lives, it's much more received pronunciation, a bit more RP, which means that because it's a private school town, it's a private school place, which means everyone's going to speak more of that Queen's English, or the King's English now, as it should be. So I won't gain. It's good to get his thing, his Snauplu and all that stuff. We bought a car, we called it the Furai. Yeah, they don't have the Birmingham accent in the East Midlands. It's not a thing. It's much more RP, but there probably is an accent, but it's much more closer to the way London is. Too tired and fed up. Yeah, absolutely. My elocution in chat is excellent, even if I say so myself. Good stuff, Stu boy. It's in the chat, Stu, dear old chap. Absolutely. What is worse? Mine is Scouse. Oh, I'm not a fan of the Scouse accent. I prefer the Welsh accent. The Welsh accent's great. The Scouse accent is a bit... The Liverpudlian accent, though, because there are two Liverpudlian accents. I do love talking accents because accents are very interesting. The Liverpudlian accent and the Scouse accent are two very different languages, very different accents, and it's funny because I know quite a few Liverpudlians that go to my local tap room, and they speak in yeah. The Liverpudlian accent is great. We got Jason Bell. Morning, Jason. Hopefully you're well, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Big up, Aki. Yalla, yalla. We got Stu Boy. Bromy. In it, Cove. It's well good at eloquent and shit too, innit, bruv? Absolutely, mate. Yeah. Yeah, accents are an interesting thing. Like, you go to Yorkshire, there's like 100 different accents as the Leeds accent, and you've got the York accent, and you've got this accent, and you've got all the different little provinces. They all have different accents. Scotland has massively different accents. Sorry that! It's wee canny, innit? Wee canny. Do love the Geordie accent. The Geordie accent's great. Good morning, Scotty M. Good morning. Hopefully you're well, bud. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I don't know if you want to come on, Aki. If you want to come on, I will send you the link. We can have a chat about some random rubbish. I need to have a sip of my coffee. Really, it should make Brian an admin on my channel so he can just jump in if he wants. Might do that after the UK must have the most varied accents for such a small country. It does. Hate the jock accent. I live with one. He does. No good, no rain here, just beautiful sunshine. Good to see her. Send it, Aki, but only got 25 minutes. No problem. Drew La La is in the audience. Good to see you, Drew La La. Hopefully you're well. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Even having a perceived no accent is having an accent. I love the variety of the Dorset folk have a great accent. I do love the Dorset Devonshire accent. That West Country accent is legendary. The Irish accent is the best in the world. Which Irish accent, though? There are loads of Irish accents. There are loads of them. I've worked with people from all over the world. The only language I still have trouble understanding is the Scottish guys. No, Scottish guys have always been fine for me. I've worked with loads of Italians. None of them understand me. None of them understood me. It maybe it's not because of the accent, it's more because of the speed I say things and the fact that I use not slang, but I simplify. I don't like, oh, the ball went over the fence and blah 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 blah. Oh, it was like, nah, mate. Say bang. Very simple. Simple, innit? Simple, innit? We all sound like leprechauns according to Coover and Bobby. And yeah, who knows? Probably the Dubs. Probably. I do like the Dubliners. I do like the Dubliners. The Dubliners are great. Aki!
What's up, brother? Gaki,
Boketov. Mashlomcha.
Hetzi, Koba said that. Let's just speak in Hebrew the whole year, the whole show.
Yeah, that'd be an accent to bring to the table. No.
So yeah, how are you? How's your journey home?
It was good. Unfortunately, I didn't have any internet signal, so I couldn't call you anyway. It was very difficult because the train moves too fast. But it was nice to be on an empty train on the way home because the train was basically empty because I got on the last train back into St Pancras. There was a few people there coming in from Luton Airport. Nice. We got Potato saying big up, Brian. We got the disabled team. Good to see you, buddy. Commiserations for the weekend, Stu. Commiserations. Hopefully you're doing well, though. Good to see you. Oh, look, it's Dry and Bagel, the leave-in man.
Oh, do you know what? Paddy has just made the list, said in the Chris Jericho sense.
Wait.
You need to do me a Chris Jericho. You just made the list. Yeah, you need to do.
You just made the list.
You need to do one for me because
I'll have to find it.
Because Paddy is now in. He's joined the list with Cody. He's joined the list.
You just made the list.
Correct.
Beat by the better team, Ben. Simple as that. Yeah, it happens. The Cardiff accent is like Cockney. It's really strange. It's really. We're talking about Debden is all Cockneys. If you ever go to Debden, all the Cockneys that were living in Cockney land all live in Debden now, which is why if you go to my local tap room on the lucky day, what's his name walks in? Oh, what's his name? EastEnders actor Danny Dyer. Danny Dyer walks in once in a while.
He's from
Debden. He's not from the East End. He's from Debden. He's probably born in the East End, but he lives in Debden. He's lived in Debden his entire life.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. But yeah, Colin's just said about the card. How am I feeling? I'm still exhausted, but what I'm trying to do now is get up and do a bit more and fighting everything. So everything I have, like getting up this morning was a nightmare about 7 a.m. But I'm like, right, I'm up. I've got to try and keep my body functioning. It's why I went live yesterday.
Energy regulators.
Yeah, it's why I went live yesterday. It's why the only reason I've got a short amount of time today is because I'm going to be meeting backstage with Ian to get ready for the State of the Union. So we're going to get that all planned. So I'm trying to do more. This week I should be getting my CT scan from my brain results, which, as people know, when you've had tests, the waiting is the worst part. The waiting is just like, give me the goddamn results. So I'm fighting. I've decided rather than letting it beat me, I'm trying to fight it now.
You've got to do bits. You can't fight it head on, because fighting it head on is a losing battle. But you can take little chunks off of it. A few energy regulators, like the odd energy drink, the odd caffeine hit.
Well, the thing you got to remember, Ben, when this all started was when Ryan was here.
Yeah.
And when Ryan, and as you know, when you come here to Canada, it's not one of those let's go sit by the pool holidays. It's let's get up, let's go out, let's do this, and it was exhausting. Yeah. Like when I go to Scotland Yard, it's exhausting because it's a big. So I'm setting the goals like I do with my drinking. Like right now, I say don't have a drink till my birthday and anniversary, which is next month. Then I'll say don't have a drink till the beginning of the football season. Then the end of the transfer window. So little goals are seeming manageable. Wayne Holland does make me laugh. Same as always.
I should have sent Wayne a message, but Mickey and I had the quietest weekend. We only went out once, and that was to go for a posh afternoon tea, and that was it.
Oh, it looked incredible.
It looked really good. It was good. I enjoyed it. 20 quid each.
Hey, look, listen. When me and Alana lived in London, my mother-in-law came over with her best mate and stayed at our place, and we took them to they wanted to do a Sunday high tea, so we took them to the one.
I hate calling it high tea. It's called
whatever you want to call it, Sunday tea, whatever it was. But we took them. We took them to the one by in the Globe or by the Globe Theatre.
Yes.
And it was all cucumber sandwiches and all like what you showed on that, mate. As posh and as wrong as I felt in there, it was actually a lot of fun.
It's great. It's brilliant.
It really was.
Yeah. That's where he is. He went missing from Watford, presumed dead.
Wolford. Danny Dyer. Danny Dyer's gone missing. He fell asleep. He got washed to sea in Dover.
Yeah.
And has been feared dead. But obviously he said he's washed up at Debden.
Yeah. Who would have thought? Was that an EastEnders reference?
That is, Wolford, yeah, that is EastEnders. Listen, mate, come on.
I don't watch EastEnders, Brian.
You should know Wolford. Even people that don't watch EastEnders.
I've never watched an episode in my life. I've never watched an episode.
So I'll tell you what, you are going to make me watch Ghostbusters 2. I'm going to sit you down.
Ghostbusters 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay, and in that response, I'll make you watch when Grant Mitchell came back to get Sam Mitchell out of jail, which was the best time in EastEnders ever.
Can't we just watch Only Fools and Horses instead?
Oh, mate, do you know what? I've been doing that the last couple of nights, and I was watching the box set of season 6, where it starts with Yuppie Love, where he falls through the bar. Then it's the Blow Up Dolls. Yeah. Then it's the Chain Gang. Yeah. Then it's when they go to when Rodney wins the painting competition.
Yeah.
I had my headband on that Colin Cross that I've seen wearing and he's using. And Ilana was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "Brian, you are laughing out." Like I was laughing in my sleep because I just closed my eyes and she's like, "You are pissing yourself in your sleep."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What?" She goes, "What are you watching?" I said, "Only Fools and Horses." She went, "Okay, got you."
It's brilliant.
It's levels. It's levels above anything.
The Groovy Gang. We got 3 months of membership from Mia. Thank you so much. The original member of the coffee company, member 1.0, the first one. And she's saying football. And she's allowed to say that because she made a membership chat. So cheers, Mia.
She's found the loophole.
There's always been a loophole. If you want to talk about it, send it as a super chat. And we got it. Posh teeing up in them. 20 quid is cheap. It was dirt cheap. I was shocked.
There you go.
We called up a place called the Wisteria, which is a nice hotel. There's a garden centre where you can have a walk about the different gardens. They've got like different gardens. So just go to the hotel that's 2 minutes up the road. Because where Mickey lives, there are 2 really good hotels there. One of them's called Don Paddy's, and the other one's called the Falcon, which is run by the same people. And there's a couple of nice posh hotels as well there. Because that's Uppingham's where the main school is. It's a very old institution private school there. It's been there for donkey's years. So there's loads of hotels there for people that want to come and see their children, and they stay in the hotels, whatnot. So yeah, we went to one of the hotels and it was lovely. 20 quid.
Yep.
Absolutely. Love the blow up dolls. Oh yes, the Groovy Gang.
Honestly, that season is just that season, and then I think the following season or season 8 is the one where Raquel is pregnant. That season as well is just. I mean, all of them are. You, like when people say, "What's your favorite?" The only question I can answer when it comes to Only Fools and Horses, and they say, "What's your favorite?" The only one I can answer is my favorite character, and it's Trigger.
Yeah,
because you say favorite episode, I can't pick one.
Pick up the Mitchell brothers.
Damn right. Mitchell forever.
We got Tom's with a 3-month super chat saying up the Spurs indeed. And he has a super chat. Yes, Brian, I look like an extra on the Footloose film with the headband on. Absolutely.
I have to say, from what I remember when we did that show, Colin wanted to try it because he kept losing the
headphones.
One of the headphones, or the dogs were stepping on them or whatever, but that won't be happening anymore. I love the thing. The only thing I have a problem with it at the moment is it's getting very, very hot here in Toronto. When you go to sleep at night and you got a headband right around your head.
It's really hot, yeah.
Yeah, but thankfully we've got the air conditioning on, so that kind of cancels it out.
Yeah. I heard Chelsea got rid of posh tea now. Okay. I'll allow it. £20 for afternoon tea is cheap anywhere. Absolutely. It was. That's why I was shocked. Naming the baby Dave after Rodney.
Oh, mate. If it's a girl, they're going to name it Sigourney after a famous actress.
Yeah.
And then that night comes up.
Yeah. Every meal in Uppingham is called brunch. Posh gets. There aren't actually any brunch places in Uppingham.
Oh, wasn't there?
No, there is a coffee shop, and it was atrocious. It was one of the worst coffees I've ever drunk in my life.
I was about to say, whenever you say air quotation marks coffee shop, you're the review person.
Yeah.
Talking of that, I'm watching the show at the moment because I've seen it advertised, but we couldn't get it here. And then I've been able to find it on YouTube. The guy that does Man vs. Food, Adam Richman, he's done a series where he eats Britain. It's called Adam Richman Eats Britain, where he's going all over, like he's going to Sandwich to have a sandwich, Yorkshire to have a Yorkshire pudding. We've watched 3 episodes of it. It's absolutely goddamn brilliant.
Yeah. He's a very good TV presenter. I'm not a biggest fan of him, but he's a brilliant TV presenter.
He's very, very good. I've got a lot of time for him.
Yeah. We got Jimbo.
Big out, Jim.
Good to see you, mate. Hopefully all well. Oh, where do you want to take this, Brian? It's a crap day. What do you do on a crap day?
Well, I'll tell you what we did. I'll tell you what we're doing at the moment. I'll give you a kittens update.
Yeah.
So, Chewy and Ducky, we're trying. Literally, we have to have a baby gate behind this door because whenever they have been together, there's hissing, there's growling, whatever. But recently, they've got a bit better. Yeah. And we've started opening the door. There's been days where they'll have 4 or 5 hours where they're absolutely fine together.
Yeah.
Then there's moments when it's like World War III, and we tried it yesterday.
Yeah.
And they've done all this scratching like this, but last night they were properly having a cat fight, like trying to sink their teeth into each other. And it was an eventful day yesterday.
Ducky can't do that for long because Chewy's going to be a big guy.
Chewy is bigger, but you know what it is? I think what we're seeing is Chewy just walks around and prowls around like he ain't got a care in the world.
Yeah.
Because what I think this is thankfully, because Chewy was ill before we could get him, they had to send him to a different home out of the kill shelter, whatever. And he was with a loving shelter. Look, that we got videos regularly. Yeah. So he's come here.
Ducky had a difficult upbringing.
Ducky he's terrified of things, and he was blatantly abused and treated badly.
Yeah.
And he's scared. So he's trying to assert his dominance.
Yeah.
And thinks everyone's there to fight him. Chewy just lets it happen, but Chewy is starting to turn around. And I put it this way: if I was one of those 2 cats, I wouldn't want to mess with Chewy. I would not want to mess with Chewy.
We got a super chat from Jimbo saying 3 months been a lot longer. YouTube up the wall again. YouTube has been weird with my memberships. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. But thank you so much, Jimbo, for the 3 months. Really means a lot. We have, yep, he is. We got Auntie Kate's in the house and afternoon, Ben and Brian. Hopefully you're feeling better. Good to see you, Auntie Kate. Thank you for the YouTube raid as always. Always brilliant. We have also a 3-month super chat from Auntie Kate saying big loves chatters. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A group of us done the Jolly Boys outing, dressed up as the characters in the first pub. We stopped and ordered 12 Chinanzo and Lucasades. The barber and absolutely cracked up.
Oh, mate, that would have been
Maria and Lucasade.
Oh, mate, he's had loads of them.
Yeah,
it was Bailey's and Cherryade in one of them. The combinations.
Bailey's and Cherryade.
Mate, listen, just everything with that show. I was talking with someone on I can't remember what platform I was, and we started talking Only Fools and Horses, and we were trying to say a footballer's name.
Yeah.
And then he sent me the gif of Uncle Albert going, "What is your name?" And I just pissed myself. It's
my favourite clip is when they're trying to hide that Rodney is a girlfriend, and he's going, "No, not yet, not yet."
Oh, no,
and then he starts hitting him with the newspaper.
Yeah, but there's in the same scene. Do you remember when Uncle Albert got mugged and he pissed himself on the settee, and then Rodney sits on it?
Yeah.
Mate, listen, if you want to talk about Only Fools and Horses minutes, best bits, you can you could be here for ages. Yeah. You could be here for ages with Only Fools and Horses.
Which way to Holland?
Ajax.
It's over there. It's great. We had them too. Oh, God, I bet they were awful. Bailey's and Cherryade. Yeah, 2 things that are lovely on their own. Dreadful together.
Yeah.
Brian, it's good you can remember the story about those headphones. Shows you on men, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah, Colin, saying the truth, isn't the thing, certain parts of my memory is fine. But like I said, a few weeks ago, I had another incident this week, but last week or a few weeks ago, I couldn't remember how to put a plug in a wall.
Yeah.
And this week, which was quite concerning, I went to I boiled the kettle and I went to take the plug out of the kettle, and obviously it's on the surface top of the kitchen, and above we have the cupboards as you do. And I went to I said to myself, reach for the plug and take the plug out as you would. And I literally punched the cupboard above because my coordination. Yeah. So there's times where it's fine. And it's like I said, it's like people that have their good moments and bad moments. I normally, Colin, I remember people's phone numbers off by heart, their birthdays. Yeah. You talked to me about Tottenham back in the day. I remember things. It's a very, very recent. And it's situations, like I said, the things that are freaking me out is like when I couldn't remember how to take a plug out of a wall and put a new plug in. Those kind of things are the things that are freaking me out at the moment.
Yeah.
Good times. Good times.
We got Ian. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well, mate. Hopefully you're well. Ever had trouble passing water? I once had a dizzy spell going over London Bridge.
So you talk about Only Fools and Horses. I mean, I one of the ones I remember as well. Do you remember obviously when they paint the Chinese restaurant with that bright yellow, with the railway power? Mate, honestly, the genius of Dan Sullivan is or John Sullivan. Was it John or Dan? I can't remember. Something Sullivan.
Because he wrote Dad's Army as well.
Mate, the guy's an absolute. God bless him.
Those 2 programs, or these written, but those 2 in particular. I mean, Dad's Army is my favourite because I love war stuff, and my family likes listening to war stuff.
I didn't watch
Army. It's so brilliant. Some of the jokes. The episode of Sleep in the Deep. It's so funny, and it's that was Uncle Albert before Uncle Albert. Like the Godfrey sitting there. Oh, can I be excused? And then he can't get out of there. He literally can't get out because the door is shut with a manhole cover. And he's asking if he can be excused.
Dad's Army wasn't really for me. I watched a few episodes, but I don't know if you'll remember the one I'm about to mention, Ben, because of your age. But one of the very first comedies growing up that I fell in love with was Hello, Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Hello was comedy genius.
Yeah.
Honestly, the British police officer, good morning. That show was absolute genius on another level. Not only Fool's level, but it was above and beyond.
It was genius. All those old comedy programs were a genius. They were so sharp because they didn't have boundaries. If there was a boundary, they went through it, and if people didn't receive the joke, they didn't go through the boundary again.
Damn right. And Colin, you're right. I can only say this once. Listen very closely. I will say this. It was just a brilliant show.
That's because I'm a liver sandwich and mullet man. Me, absolutely. Never get away with it now. BBC sitcoms are so much better than anything.
A billion percent.
How about the one with Pauline and Grandad and all his TVs? Yep. Good Moaning. Hello is one of my all-time famous. Brian, you can only say that once. Hello was my dad's fave. Perry and Croft wrote. Oh, it did, didn't it? It's Croft, wasn't it? No, but some of them worked on it. I can't remember.
But who was it that just said it? Was it Stuart? Oh, no, it's Colin. BBC sitcoms.
Yeah.
Beat it. You look at it. You look at things like even like the British Empire. British Empire, Red Dwarf, Men Behaving Badly. My second favourite comedy after Only Fools is The Vicar of Dibley. The Vicar of Dibley is
genius. Even like she opens the Holy Bible and she's always got a massive bar of chocolate in there. That's genius.
Oh wait a minute, Mia just said sorry. I tell a lie. That's above Vicar of Dibley. 40 Towers.
40 Towers is just like.
Well, Mia, they were actually talking. There was talks of it being rebooted, but yeah.
They could never reboot 40 Towers.
They would never be able to do half the stuff.
They tried to do it in America, didn't they? But they tried to reboot the show with every character bar one, who was the character that made the bloody show.
Ian Ferguson has just brought up my grandma's favourite. Every time I see that show, keep it up. I mean, the bouquet residence, just the bouquet residence. It's genius. Right, listen. On that note, I've got to go and start preparing for State of the Union. That'll be on tour at 3 p.m. Myself and Ian Meth breaking down players, manager, and backroom staff, and then the spicy one. Yeah. The guy at the top on his board. But yeah, Ben, always a pleasure seeing you. Always a pleasure seeing everyone in the chat. Have a great afternoon, whatever you're doing. And as always, Levy out.
Thank you to Brian for jumping on the show as always. And we will most certainly send the link for the Tottenham on Tour show that will be live in 25 minutes. You are being served. Yep, there's one keeping up appearances. Big up. What do you guys want to talk about? The Good Life is another fire slapper. There's so many good comedies. They can't make a comedy anymore. I can't remember Citizen Khan was brilliant. Citizen Khan was very funny. Steptoe. Some other do have them. But I'm going to put my feet up. My feet are exhausted. Too much travelling. Harold! Citizen Smith was John Sullivan. Loved it. As one of the token Yanks here, British dramas are usually so much better than the Americans. They just are. They just are, to be honest. Some of the American sitcoms are excellent because you've got stuff like Friends, Full House, Big Bang Theory, Two and a Half Men, Seinfeld. There's so many good ones. Even the what was it? What was the one with David Spade and what's his face? Patrick Warburton. I can't remember. But that's a good one. That's enough. Even though that's not such a great sitcom, I enjoy that sitcom. American sitcoms, the cheesy one, Cheers is another one. Cheers is another one. The cheesy American sitcoms are really good. You just got to put, but in terms of building characters, I think the British ones have more iconic characters. Which you'll remember. Gavin and Stacey is another one. A lot of the Friends was good, but the Seinfeld is probably my favorite American sitcom. Seinfeld's good. You remember the show, but you don't necessarily remember the characters of the show. You remember the show as a unit, whereas you remember Fawlty Towers because of Basil Fawlty. You remember Dad's Army because of Captain Mainwaring, and Only Fools because of Trigger and Del Boy and Rodney and all the characters in that show. You don't remember Full House because of the character one. You remember the show because you loved the show, and that's the difference between American sitcoms and British sitcoms are very different because of the style of comedy that both Americans and Brits love. Stephen Fry did a video. He was talking about it. I love Stephen Fry. Stephen Fry is another brilliant one. American sitcoms are always surrounded by the guy that always ends up winning, whereas British sitcoms, the main character always ends up like a total incompetent failure. And that's the difference between British humour. We want to laugh at the person that tries to make himself, like Captain Mainwaring tries his hardest to be like an upstanding gentleman and try and make himself drag himself up from not being publicly educated and not coming from a wealthy family, and he always ends up like a joke, an abject failure. Del Boy does it as well. Blackadder as well. He's always trying to make his way up there, and he always ends up like a fool. Whereas the American comedies, that always ends up with the wisecracker on top. It's such a different style of comedy. Always Funny in Sunny in Philadelphia is a perfect anti-sitcom. Okay, what's occurring? Frasier, Cheers. Frasier's another one. Sid House Jane Veep was great, but it was an American version of The Thick of It. With two shows and movies that are all terrible now because they aren't allowed the same material that we like from the old shows. Yeah. Hi, Leo. Hi, Leo. Good to see you, mate. Blackadder, superb. Blackadder is superb. Plus movies now, it's ridiculous. Remakes are the biggest crime. Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean's always an abject failure. It's the differences between American and British humour. Because, what was it? Because I think Americans are naturally hopeful, whereas Brits are naturally pessimistic. But it depends on the culture you come from, of course. And it obviously depends on your schooling as well. But yeah, that's why different cultures work. Speak for yourself, Benjamin. It's just the way it is. I'm not talking about one particular culture. There's loads of people. 1 foot in the grave, The Office. Like 1 foot in a grave. 1 foot in a grave is just fantastic. It's another one. It's absolutely. The end of Blackadder was surreal, realising they're about to go over the top to their deaths. Very absolutely. It was an amazing ending of a show. Phil me! Big up. Good to see you, mate. Good to see you. Hopefully you're well. Oh, I need to get a haircut. Even though you can quite clearly see I've got no hair left, but I need to get my hair left. It's now all over the place. It's Bobby K. It's Bobby K. Big up, Bobby. Hopefully you're well, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Thank you for 3 months. I love Broadchurch with Tennant, but the American take on it was so... But then you stop making remakes of British stuff. It's never going to work for an American audience. Just play the original one. They still probably won't like it, but they'll understand it more because you'll see it from that lens. Driving. So hello to everyone. Hello, Bobby. Hello. But yeah, talking of American accents, Stew Boy needs to finish this. No, American. The only American remake of an English show that really worked was Sanford and Son. Okay. Never seen it. The worst American remake. It was a crime to remake this show because it was perfect in every way, shape, or form. That's The Inbetweeners. The Inbetweeners should never been remade as an American TV show. Never. I don't know how many of my American viewers have watched The Inbetweeners, and also add the Canadian, North America. We'll add North American viewers. How many of the Canadian and the American chaps have seen The Inbetweeners? Because if you haven't, it's amazing. The Office, the US Office works, but again, the American Office works because the actors they've got in it, but it's not exactly the same. It's a bit more rowdy than the English Office. Like Good Night, Sweetheart, but not to everyone's states. Yes, the American Inbetweeners was the worst thing I've ever seen. Even getting... Why would you change bus wankers? It's one of the funniest things. Bus turds. Who calls someone a bus turd? Who? I mean, bus wankers was such a thing when that thing came out. Seamus wasn't as good as the original, but not bad. Okay. But any of the American viewers seen The Inbetweeners? Because if he hadn't, bastard, it's so crap, isn't it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's what makes it. It's only Inbetweeners I've seen is on Board Hub. Saw bus wankers there as well. You need Ian, my son, my man. Start after this show, and if you've watched the Tottenham on Tour State of the Union, that is your homework for this evening, sir. I don't know if you have a VPN, but you watch The Inbetweeners. Watch The Inbetweeners. Start it tonight. As well, Jason Bell. Watch The Inbetweeners. Watch it. It's epic. I will send you a link. I'll send you a link because you could sign up for Channel 4 and easy enough. Try it. Watch it. It's so brilliant. Bus Wankers is iconic. Yes, it is. It is so iconic. If they turned The Office into an American-style sitcom, it would have bombed. British or American. The original one, mate. The Inbetweeners is epic. It is it's so brilliant. Not because of anything in particular, but it's so English. It's so... friend. Looks like it's on Tubi. Okay. That is your job. VPN, friend. I haven't got a VPN. Peep Show's another good one. Peep Show's good. Inbetweeners movies were good too. Absolutely. But it's not my fucking friend. Oh, friend. It's so brilliant. I'm gonna have to watch the Inbetweeners. That's what I'm gonna watch it after the show. I think there's a 4OD app on Samsung. I'm watching it. IT Crowd is good. Peep Show is great. IT Crowd is very good. Very underrated. But the Inbetweeners when the Inbetweeners came out in 2007, 2008. No, was it 2009? Was it 2009, 2010? Let's have a look. (2008). So yes, that was to that generation. It was just that was there. It was so, for everyone that was watching that at school at that point. It's almost like you were mates with the characters. It was so perfect. Kevin and Perry was good. You know, if you say, "Oh, friend," you know what you meant. Yeah, absolutely. It's iconic. It's one of those that show had so many iconic lines. Must be watching the wrong thing. In-Between Her had a cast of mostly nude women in the version I'm watching. Not that I'm complaining. Yeah. Bobby, you're going to have to watch the In-Betweeners. You can watch it on your boxy thing, probably. It's brilliant. Hi, Side Dancer. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see you. We've got 10 minutes to go before the show ends. Yeah. So many. The car. Like, such a terrible car. Is now iconic. The stupid yellow Cinquecento Hawaii is now iconic. That is just an iconic TV car now. Just like the Mini was. Just like it's as iconic as some movie cars. It's just brilliant. Will Pooh, yes. How'd you get in there, Cartwright? What was it? How'd you get in? No, you will not say. You say you tripped. I tripped, sir. Clumsy. Just brilliant. It's just brilliant. Out of his face, Will asking for his mummy. Yep. US remake of the Italian Job was hilarious, Ben, but not for the right reasons. Yep. Porridge. Yep. The freewheeler in Only Fools, absolutely the Reliance Superman. Bum. It's brilliant. It's just iconic. George and Mildred. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant comedy. You can understand everything you need to know about the United Kingdom just by watching the In-Betweeners. You'll know. Caravan Club, the Caravan Club, absolutely. Will's terrible dancing, the robot. Yeah. Yes, Minister, Prime Minister's also. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. Always go back to bottom. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, it's a brilliant show. It's a brilliant show. But what is everyone else doing for that? At this moment in time, I'm basically just counting down the days. I'm so needing a bit of a break. I can't wait to be in Italy next week. I cannot wait to be in Italy next week. Need some real food. I really need real food. Yep, absolutely. They were looking to adopt. Have you seen how much children match? George, remember Operation Good Guys. Operation Good Guys. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to being in Italy. It's going to be not exactly a break without the sunshine. I don't know what the weather's going to be like in Italy. I think it's going to be sunny. It's going to be slightly rainy this week. But that's the weather for next Tuesday. So it was reading this morning that it was going to be 29 next Thursday. I was like, too much. Ever decreasing circles. I just hope the air conditioning is good in the Airbnb we're staying in. Need it to be cool because it's going to be warm. It's going to be warm. But again, heat in Italy and heat in Europe feels so much different to heat in places like the UK. Heat in the Mediterranean because they've got buildings that keep the heat out. Such a different thing. But again, Milan is in the north, so it does get cold there. So you are going to need some level of insulation. Ever decreasing circles. Yeah. When you went to Florida last year, that was kind of the only kind of heat. Yeah. The thing with Florida, though, Ian. The thing with Florida is built for that weather. So the houses are meant to keep the heat out. You have air conditioning everywhere. You have water stations everywhere. You've got loads of drinks everywhere. Whereas when it gets that hot here, it's unbearable because we don't have that infrastructure in place. Going to be 35 to 37 where I am next week. Way too hot for me. Yeah, it's too hot. Dry heat is worse if you don't notice it. Dry heat is much easier for me. Dry heat is much easier. I mean, I was built for dry heat, so if it is hot. But I like Florida weather. I don't know what it is. Loads of sun cream. I quite like being in Florida. Obviously, of course, apart from being near Florida men. But, right, humidity is what really kills your soul. Yeah, absolutely. Give me dry heat any day over humid heat. Yeah. I mean, I've done 40 degrees. I've done like Eilat in the Dead Sea. That's much hotter than Florida, but it's dealable because it's dry. Again, it's give me that dry heat. Eilat is very hot. The Negev was ridiculous. Yeah. Nice week gastroenterologist is just the best. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. It's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go pizza on Tuesday, pasta on Wednesday, and Thursday. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna visit one of my old boss's house on the Thursday. So it should be fun. I'm gonna take Mickey for a panzerotto when we get into the UK. Not the UK, Italy. I'm going to take her for a panzerotto. Dry heat's more comfortable, dangerous if you don't know. Yep. You got to always just take lots of water with you and always lather yourself in sun cream. %. I love factor 70, factor 100. You can't get it here. So factor 50, put it on twice a day. It'll be fine. Put it on at least 20 minutes before you go out as well. That's an important thing. Let it seep into your skin. Don't put it on, then go out, because it's still just like gathering you. You just sweat it off. That's the problem. But on that note, guys, we are going to end the show there. We will be back tomorrow at the usual time of 3:30 for the Brewing Bollocks podcast, if Bobby and Kuva are around. Tottenham on Tour are live now-ish. They're not live yet, but they're going live now with State of the Union with Daigle and Ian Neff. So you can join the show here by following that link, and it'll probably recommend it to you. Most of you are Tottenham Ontorians. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, if you smell what the cough is brewing, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. And when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score.